to my channel, Kimbaskrafts. My name is Kim, and if this is your first time stopping in, hello, welcome. I hope you enjoy what you hear and see, and maybe hopefully you'll come back and stick around for a while. If you're returning from a previous video, I appreciate it. Thank you for coming back, and I hope you enjoy it as well. So we are here for a kitten chat. Basically, that means that I'm going to be kitting up a project, and I think you guys have an idea of what project that is. It is the one staring at you currently. This is from Bella Art Diamonds. It is called Fairy Friends, and it is by the artist Mary Mahu Shoujo. And yeah, we're gonna kit up this 50 color canvas. I'm kitting up every color. I do have quite a few enhancements that I ordered. So I'm going to the Great Lakes Retreat. If you're new to my channel or you haven't heard, I am going to the Great Lakes Retreat, which is next week. I can't believe it because I've been talking about this for a very long time now. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm actually more excited than I am nervous, which is, I think, odd for me, but I'm very, very excited. I get to meet my friend Deb. I'm going to meet Rhonda, A Dip in Time. So Debbie is like my best diamond painting friend, and that's the Crafty Diamond. She is very popular for doing some certain events. She did a Paint Gem event. She runs the J-Wall event. And then I'm going to be meeting also at the airport Rhonda, who is Dip in Time. So I'll link their channels below, but go check them out. So yeah, we're going to be meeting at the airport and driving from the Detroit airport to the event hotel, which is in Ohio. So I'm super excited. I rented a minivan. I've driven a minivan before. I used to have a Dodge Durango, which might as well have been a small school bus. So yeah, I'm not nervous about that. But we wanted enough room for all of our luggage and all that stuff. And the minivans were actually a lot cheaper, so that's good. So yeah, super excited for that. And this is the canvas that I chose to bring. The canvas that I'm currently doing from Oraloa is just too big. I just don't want to travel with that. And it's kitted up in my Elizabeth Ward, which I don't trust not getting broken in my suitcase, because you know they throw those suckers around. And I don't want to put my Elizabeth Ward tray and have it cracked when I get it where I'm going. And then my other canvas obviously is just ginormous and way too big to even contemplate bringing anywhere. It's hard enough moving off this table so I can record. So yeah, that's not happening. So I wanted something reasonable, and Bella Art Diamonds, most of their canvases are very reasonably sized. They're great projects. I would say this is more along the lines of a small medium, right? This is a 50 by 50, but yeah, I am so excited to start this. I still have to pick out a pen. You can look at my pens. I don't know if I have anything that really, really matches this, to be quite honest with you. Not really. This is heavy on the green. I would say the Crafted Makes pen that I just used is probably the closest. I have my Leopard Leatherworks that I got for another canvas also. You can see if that matches. This is cute. This is just like a pink flowers, which is what's in the, there's no green in it, but I don't know, maybe I'll just use that. This actually matches pretty good because there's like, it's blue, but it almost looks green. And then of course the fuchsia. And then there is specks of like copper, which is like the squirrel. I think I'll use this one. So I'll end up taking this. I'll take this pen. This is from Leopard Leatherworks. And yeah, so I have a lot of packing to do. We're not doing that today. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna kit this baby up. So let me actually Xerox this. Now that I have a working printer, give me a second. Okay, so I just printed this up. This printer is kick-arse. Look how pretty. Love that. Okay, so I just like to print that up for my journal when I do my month in reviews and we do my journal together. Okay, so this is the case that I decided to take it in. I know most cases are 60 bottles. This happens to be a 70 bottle. So there'll be plenty of room if I need extra containers. Let me go ahead and grab my kit up stickers in case I do need to label anything else. And let's get a pen. Okay. I don't know. Okay. I got stuff. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, I have my Bella Essential tray. Okay. I have my, I'm such a loser. Okay. All right, I have this stuff. So this is my blunt-ended tweezers and my strips of dryer sheet. The brain is not complete. Let's drink some coffee. Let's drink some coffee. Let's wake this brain up. I went to bed early. I've been going to bed early. I've been hardly diamond painting at all. I've had very little time in this room. I've been going to bed super early, which is my favorite time. Used to be my favorite time to diamond paint. Actually, my favorite time to diamond paint is when I first wake up. But I don't always get to do that either anymore because of the pup. So like this morning, Bob worked, so I got up, took the pup out, fed her, and then I tried to walk her. She didn't want to walk. She just kept laying down, so I brought her back home and we had our house power washed because the painter power washed it because he's going to paint it, and it was filthy. So we power washed it, and that was just freaking her out. So I took her outside and she got to play with the Doberman. It was really cute. But you know what? I probably should be kidding up while I talk. Oh, I'm just gonna sit here. We're just gonna talk. Let's just talk. All right, 30. Well, there's 29, so we'll put you there. Okay. I'm just gonna grab a handful and we're just gonna kit this up, and then, you know, we'll rearrange when we're done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's move the 80s out of the way. They're last anyway. 7, 8. And somehow we got 14 in here. 14 goes there. All right, let's just leave these out. We'll just kit these up. So number 1 is 163. This is really pretty. I just love this color. I wonder what it is. I wonder what it is. My book's over there. Go-Go Gadget Arms. I'm not getting back up. But I really do wonder what. I think there's a little bit of, maybe not. Looks like there's a little bit of static at the bottom there. Might have to pull one of these out just to swish it around, just to give it a little swoosh. So yeah, so I was trying to walk her so that, you know, give her some exercise and get rid of some energy. After, I always let her rest a decent amount of time after she eats, because we ain't getting no bloat. So after she rested, I was like, let's go. And she wasn't into it. And then he pulled up, the house painter, to power wash. And, you know, he was setting that up. And so then she was very curious about that. So then we came back in the house, and then when he started the power washer, that just totally freaked her out. And then she couldn't relax. And I couldn't tell if she had to go to the bathroom. Okay, so these are too long. So let me get my scissors, because I'm just going to cut off the one, the number. I couldn't tell if she was just like, you know, antsy, or if she had to go to the bathroom. So I decided to take her out again, just in case. And she was scared to go. I had to take her out through the back, through my craft room, which we haven't opened that door in a long, long time. And she was not crazy about going through, going to the front yard at all, because of the power washing machine. It was like freaking her out. And so let me just, 163. So I saw my neighbors across the street talking to ladies, and her buddy, the one who lost his wife, and so she wanted to go see him. So I went across the street, and then the four of us were sitting there talking, and you know, the one was the Doberman mom, and she had the Doberman, and then they were jumping around, barking at each other and playing. She's very submissive to the Doberman. Like, she's a smart girl. She knows that Doberman could chomp her in two. So she's very respectful. I watch her. She's very respectful. She like keeps her head down, but she plays with her, you know, and then she gives her kisses. So she knows. She knows. She's a smart cookie. And the Doberman really likes her. So they were playing a little bit. And then I brought her back over to the front yard, and she was like just not having it. And I would not leave the front yard till she peed. She just squatted anywhere and she just peed and looked at me like, can we go now? So then I brought her back in, and then she just still couldn't get comfortable because he was still doing his thing and making a lot of noise. So I gave her a pig ear, and she chewed on that, and then when she finally relaxed after he was done, he's done, she laid down. So I went and picked her up, and I put her in her crate. I took a shower. I got dressed for the day. I feel a lot better now, so that I don't feel like a bum. And, you know, put my face on, comb my hair. And now we're making this video. So I have to make the video. I so desperately wanted to diamond paint. But my son's coming over tonight. It's Friday night. You know, he comes over on Friday nights. And I won't be able to make the video tonight. I'm so behind on diamond painting. I would love to work on the lion today, because I really haven't gotten a lot of time on that canvas. But I really need to start my weekly installment for my other canvas, so I can't work on my lion, which makes me sad. So I'm just behind. I'm behind on videos. I'm behind on everything. But you know, I also, like last night, instead of coming in my room, I picked up 4 hours of overtime. I worked for someone. She needed off for 4 hours, so she came and asked me, and I said sure. So I worked for someone, and then when I came home, I could have gone into the I could have come in here and diamond painted or recorded the video, but I sat with the dog because she's so cute. I swear to God, everyone who meets her, they can't stop saying how cute she is. It's so crazy. So yeah, I sat with her, and then I ate, and then I went to bed. I brought her to bed, and we slept. We slept all night, and she didn't want to get up, but I made her get up. She's so funny too. In the middle of the night, I had to go to the bathroom. I got up and I went to the bathroom, and when I came out, she was laying across our pillows. She just like jumped in my grave. I was like, what are you doing? Move over. She's so cute. So yeah, I have a lot of packing to do, guys. I mean, I haven't packed anything. I haven't packed anything diamond painted related. I haven't even pulled the suitcases out. I'm banking on having Monday and Tuesday to do this. Monday, Moogie is probably going to go into daycare. So I'm banking on having that. And Tuesday, get this. If you guys remember, I saw the migraine doctor last year. I think it was like in September or something crazy. August or September. And no, I think it was September, because I know I had a crazy, it was after that crazy migraine I had in August, and I threw up and stuff. Remember I said she recommended trigger point injections. And so and she's like, you know, my schedule's really crazy, so we're really scheduling kind of far out, you know, just, you know, see what they can do for you out there. I just don't have control over my schedule. And I was like, understood. And, you know, it was September, so I go out there, and they were like, oh, we have November, I don't know what day, pretend it's the 12th. Oh, we have November 12th. And I was like, oh, that's not too bad. I'm like, oh, that's just a couple months away. That's not bad. And then they're like, no, 2024. I'm like, oh, a year and a couple months. I'm like, how is that even an effective therapy at this point? Like, you're scheduling me out over a year? Like, what? So, yeah. I still took the appointment, and I still have the appointment, and I was still planning on going to the appointment, but, you know, I went and saw her. My follow-up visit was yesterday. So, you know, the migraine doctor had prescribed me all these meds and said, I'm giving you an arsenal because I know you're not going to be able to come back. I want you to try them all, see what works for you. And she gave me a sample of this medication called Nurtec. Well, it is a wonder drug for me. You know, I got the Imitrex, and it works, but it gives me a lot of side effects, to the point where the only time I can take it is if I know I have like 4 to 6 hours to lay down and go to sleep because I'm not functioning on that medication. Like I can't function. I'm dizzy. I can't, you know, see straight. It's not something that I can take to work. And if I start to get a migraine, I can pop one of those pills and continue to work. Like, no, I would need to lay down. I would not be able to function at my job. So I don't even bring them. Like, they're not even in my bag. What I bring is, what I was bringing is the indomethacin, which is an NSAID, a non-steroid, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, which, if you're not familiar, is the same drug class as ibuprofen, as aspirin, as Aleve. They're all non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, okay? So it's indomethacin. It kind of keeps it, like it doesn't kill the headache, but it keeps it from escalating to a migraine, you know, for the time being. And then, you know, I have to take another one until I can get home and take an Imitrex. But, you know, I'm also taking Tylenol with it because I still have a headache. So, but the Nurtec, I can take, like I could take the Nurtec right now and continue recording and my headache would go away and I'll feel great. So it's wonderful. It treats a migraine the way Tylenol treats a regular headache. So I love it. And I was given samples and I ate them all. Well, I took them all. So I was just, you know, using the other things. I haven't had a full-blown migraine since I saw her. And I think it's just because, you know, I'm taking these meds and, you know, I take the indomethacin when I think it's coming on. She also gave me a muscle relaxant, but I've only taken half of a pill twice. I do think it helped, but again, it also makes me really groggy. I don't like the way it makes me feel. Prefer not to take it, but I took it because I didn't have any Nurtec left. Well, I didn't think I did. And I did, and I was taking indomethacin, and I thought maybe I could take this muscle relaxant and not have to take the Imitrex because I just don't like the way it makes me feel. You know, even just waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, it's like I'm unsteady on my feet. I don't like the way it makes me feel. Well, needless to say, the muscle relaxant wasn't any better, so I think next time I'll just take the Imitrex. But it did help with, you know, any neck pain. So there's that. I don't know. So I told her, I was like, you know, I was really hoping you could prescribe the Nurtec for me. And well, turns out she was really upset. She's not happy with the way the office is run. She said so, and without saying so, in a roundabout way. She was just like, you know, this isn't my office. If this was my practice, things would be different. I have no control over this, you know. There's a lot of fall through. And she was saying that she did write me a script when she gave me the samples. And they were supposed to start a prior authorization because it's hard to get covered. She said based on the type of insurance I have, she doesn't think that it'll be an issue, but they still need to do a prior auth and show that I've tried other things and, you know, blah, blah, blah. So she's like, I don't think it'll be an issue, but it still does take time. So she gave me some more samples and she was like, you know, I'm going to do some, anytime this happens, I always investigate to see where the fallout fell, you know, who was working that day. Like, I'm like, oh God. Because she is very unhappy, I think, with the way the office runs. And I said to her, I was like, well, maybe it was my fault because I didn't know that maybe CVS had it and I didn't know because I didn't realize that that was, you know, the case. And she's like, no, it's not you. I'm like, okay, I just want to make sure, because I honestly, I didn't understand that when she gave me the samples. I thought she was saying, you know, here's the samples, because you, and you know, if nothing else works, then we'll order this for you. I didn't realize that she had already put a script in for me, but was only giving me samples because, like, so I didn't understand that either. So I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't me, that it was sitting there and I didn't go pick it up because I had no idea, you know. She said no, that wasn't the case. So I was like, okay. But anyway, at any rate, she gave me more samples, thank God. So I'm going to put one in my lunch bag so I can have it at work. And then, you know, we talked about, she said that she thinks the most effective treatment for migraines is Botox injections. So I was telling Bob, and he's like, you mean the stuff they put in people's face? I'm like, yes, but it's not like what you think. It's, you know, they use Botox as for other things. Like they use it for overactive bladder. They can inject it in the bladder. They use it for excessive sweating. They can inject it in the armpits. So I was like, it's, you know, it's not just for, you know, superficial, you know, your face. I'm not against Botox. I'm not against anyone who gets Botox. I've never gotten Botox, but I'm not opposed to getting Botox. I just can't afford no damn Botox. And honestly, I mean, eventually I'm going to feel like I have to be able to afford it. I'm sure. But, you know, right now I'm just like, I think I can still get away with, but yeah, I think if you have the money, go for it. Just be careful. Like, you don't want to overdo it, because yeah, that ain't pretty either. But anyway, so apparently they do it for migraines as well. So, but she said that the only way to get it covered is by proving that you've tried 2 preventatives. So I've tried one, the Kimbaskrafts, the blood pressure pill, and you remember I stopped it because I started, it was right when I started losing my hair, and feeling like my memory was like questionable. I was nervous about my memory. And so I stopped it because like I had started that and I was on it for a few months when all these other things started to happen and I was getting concerned about it. So I was like, well, this is a new med. Maybe this is causing all this stuff. I don't know, you know? And so I stopped it. And so she was like, she said she didn't think that either of those things were associated with the med that I took, but she was asking me, you know, do you want to try something else? And she said the other 2 options that she has is gabapentin, which is a nerve pain medication. And I give gabapentin all the time. People love their gabapentin. It's for neuropathy a lot of times. It's for nerve pain. So neuropathy causes a lot of pain, nerve pain. You know, and I think it's a wonderful drug, but it also causes a lot of drowsiness. You know, people come into the hospital and they love to get their gabapentin at night because it's hard to sleep in the hospital. It makes them drowsy and they get a decent night's sleep. So I said to her, you know, I don't think that that's an option for me because I work nights. So, you know, my bedtime shifts. You know, on the days I work, my bedtime is in the morning. so when would I take this GABA pen? You know, would I take it in the morning or would I take it at night? Because I certainly can't take it before my shift. So she said, that's fair. She said, our other option is a very low dose of an antidepressant. She's like, I know you said you're not depressed. You don't suffer from depression. And I said, no, I don't. She's like, but it's a very, very low dose, and there's very minimum side effects, if any at all. I've never heard of any. And I just told her, I said, you know, the thing is I don't suffer from depression, and I am generally a happy person. And like, why would I want to mess with that? I mean, like, honestly, like, do I really want to mess with the chemistry in my brain if in general I'm a happy person? Like, what if I start messing with the chemistry in my brain and I end up not being in general a happy person? Like, I don't want to take that chance. I'm sorry. I just don't want to take that chance. And she's like, I said, anxiety and depression, I mean, those are medical diagnoses because it is a lot to do with the chemistry in your brain. It's not always situational, you know, it's not always something, you know, it's out of people's control and stuff like that. And that's why they have these meds. I don't want to start messing with the chemistry that is working for me. So I said, I don't want to do that. No, I would rather take the GABA pen, to be honest with you. But so she said, well, there is one more option. It's I don't know, why can't I say this word? I work in healthcare. Geez, oh man. It's an injectable. It's some kind of, she said there's no side effect to it except injection site. It's an immunoglobulin, and you know, it's something else that she needs to get covered from insurance. I should look it up and do a little research on it, but that's what we're going with. And if that doesn't help, then I can get the Botox. But on top of that, the really good news is, and she said the reason why she pushes for the Botox, and I totally agree with this, is because, you know, if you get the Botox, a lot of times you don't need to take any meds. She's like, so why wouldn't you want the Botox, you know, when you can stop taking all of these meds? You know, if you just get these Botox injections. And I'm thinking, well, why wouldn't the insurance company want to pay for that then? It's got to be cheaper than paying for all these meds. I mean, she prescribed, well, that's a stupid question, isn't it? It's making somebody money. Oh, my nut. So, so this is, the thing is, yeah, so that's, so I said, yeah, if I can not have to take any meds, you know, that'd be awesome. I'll be sitting in the chair and they're gonna like try to inject like my neck, and I turn my head so that it goes in my cheek, the Botox. I'm just kidding. I'm so kidding, but yeah, so that's the plan. I mean, maybe the immunoglobulin will work and I won't even need the Botox. I don't know. But, I mean, then I do still need, you know, if I get breakthrough migraines, I'll need, I haven't even been paying attention. These look like the right colors. Okay, so 17. So that's, oh, and then she said, you know, I really do think you would benefit from trigger point injections. She said, you know, where I release knots that can lead to, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the root of all my evil, are these knots, because I've been suffering from knots in my back, and you know, then I had the frozen shoulder, and I had all these knots. I mean, it's so, the knots get so bad that it's like, you know, here's my shoulder blades. It's like underneath my shoulder blade, and if I take a deep breath, I feel a band all the way to my breast. And, you know, I'll stretch and stretch and stretch and stretch, and then I feel it kind of release a little bit. But if I don't stretch like an excessive amount every time I'm at the gym, and I just don't have the time. And then it does help when I go and get massages. That also helps a lot for, you know, for a temporary amount of time. Like I can feel it right now when I take a deep breath. It doesn't go all the way to my breast, but it goes up and over. And I got this massage gun. I gotta show you guys. It's awesome, because I had a massage gun and I had to go around begging people to use it on me because I couldn't reach back there. And I have even less range of motion now, still from my frozen shoulder. I just don't have as far of a reach behind. But this massage gun is shaped like this. And I can put it over, and it does, I thought I saw it and I was like, that's not gonna actually work, because, uh-oh, it looks like they're gonna be grinding the stump. I didn't expect that. I thought to myself, that's not gonna actually work, because I'm not gonna be able to put enough pressure to do that. And sure enough, it works, guys. It's a great little gun. I'll put a link for it down below, but I got to get it and show it to you guys. It is amazing. And my girlfriend, she gets Reiki, she gets deep tissue massages. She gets all kinds of crazy stuff done to her back. She goes to physical therapy. She does all this stuff. And she came over and she used that gun, and she's like, Kim, please send me the link, because it really does help a lot. Or maybe they're just taking my stumps. These guys work with Bob. I hope they don't look in here and see me talking to myself and they're like, what the hell is wrong with his wife? Oh my God. And now I'm laughing. They're gonna be like, Bob, your wife is off her rocker. She was in there messing with these bags and these tweezers, talking to herself and laughing. I can hear them, so I know they can hear me. Although I think I don't have like a gruff voice. This is kind of embarrassing. But anyway, so let me continue. Why? So we have that tree in the back that we got cut down, and I told Bob, I said, listen, he had it cut down, and the stump was like, he had it cut down to the tree split. It was huge. I mean, the bottom of the trunk was like, I don't know, 4 feet in diameter. It was huge. And so he told the guys, just cut it down to where it splits. So they did. Well, it was like 4 feet high. And so you go out there and there's still like 4 feet of a tree just sitting in the middle of our backyard. And I'm like, Bob, that looks like crap. We can't leave that back there. I don't want to look at it. Nobody else would want to look at it. And so he was telling his co-workers, yeah, I need to get the stump ground down. And they're like, we can do it. This young kid, he always works with the cutest young kids. So this young kid, he's like all ambitious, money. He works so hard. Full-time at Bob's place, full-time doing landscaping afterwards. He tells Bob, I can do it. I can grind that stump for you. I have a stump grinder. So, you know, Bob's like, okay, well, come over and give me a price. So, you know, this kid's gonna make a decent amount of money. So he comes over and he says he could do it for $800. I'm like, that's cool. Like, I'd rather give this kid $800 than someone else, you know? And so he's like, you got the job. Well, all right, I'm sorry. I kicked it. Bob came to the door and I went to turn the camera off and I kicked it. Anyway, so the kid comes and he tries to cut the stump down so he could start grinding it. And it was too big. So then he had to hire this guy to come out with a larger, more powerful chainsaw. It's a friend of his that just retired from cutting down trees and asked that guy to come and cut the tree down. So he did that yesterday. And it's funny because I just got back from the gym. So I pull up and Bob sees me pull up, so he comes outside with Moogie. And I like kneel down and I'm kneeling in the grass and kissing her and rubbing on her. And the guy pulls up and he's like, I'm here to cut the stump down. And Bob's like, oh, okay. And he's like, I had a Roddy. Everybody's had a Roddy, guys. Oh my God, everybody's had a Roddy. And every time they're like, she was the best dog I ever had. And I mean, most of them thank God, like, cause I get scared. Like I hear 8 years, 9 years they live till. But everyone that I talk to, this guy, his Roddy lived till 15. And then I gotta tell you the story. Did I tell you guys about us taking her swimming? No, I didn't. And I have pictures for you I'm gonna put in here of us with her in the pool. But my girlfriend invited me over to take Moogie. Well, she honestly, she didn't. She invited Soju. She didn't even know about that. And so I told her, and then I sent her a picture of Moogie. I said, you know, we got a new fur baby. And she's like, oh, bring her. And when we got there, it turned out her boyfriend, 24 years ago, had a Rottweiler girl. And he said her name was Bess. I think that's so cute. And he was like, she was my best girl. And he still uses like her in like passwords and stuff like that, her name. And he said that he never got another dog after losing her because he was so heartbroken. And he's like, to this day, I don't have a dog because I miss my Bess. Aww. And so he was telling us all these stories. She was 135 pounds, this girl. And he said, you could always tell if I was on a diet based on the size of my dog. He's like, oops, oh, darn. He said, if I was cheating and eating bad, he said, I'd pull up to McDonald's and I'd get 5 cheeseburgers, 2 for me and 3 for her. He said, I'd be riding and eating my burger and I'd pass her one in the back. Here you go, Bess. I know it's bad for them. I know, it's really bad. And Moogie has never had any human food, and we do not plan on giving her any human food. But, you know, that's what he did with his dog. And she lived till she was almost 11 years old. For a 135-pound dog, that's pretty good. He said she ended up getting cancer. So she died of cancer, not like heart disease or anything. But yeah, wow. You know, he was telling us stories. It's really cute. And his daughter was like, oh my God, I gotta take pictures of her. Everybody wants to take pictures of her. I feel like I told you guys this story. And then his son showed up. Like after we got her in the car, we were getting ready to leave, and his oldest son showed up, and he's like, can I see her? And we're like, yeah. So we open up the door, and he's like petting her, and he was like, oh my God, I love her. She is so cute. And he's like petting her and petting her. And he's like, do you come here often? Can I see her again? And Bob says, only when Heyman cooks for us. And he's like, oh, when are you cooking for them again? I'll come and help you. And then he's like leaning in the car. He's like, I gotta take a picture with her. I was like, do you want me to take a picture of you? He's like, no, I got it. And he's like in the car trying to take a selfie. It's so funny. It was so funny. And Bob's like, if we want to retire, we should just sell pictures of Moogie. Yeah, people are obsessed with her. My friend just kept petting her and saying, she is so cute. She is so cute. She is so cute. I'm like, I know. That's what I keep saying. He's like, she's perfect. She's perfect. But let me tell you. So, I haven't seen my friend in a long time. She's the one that I went to with my daughter to the shore. She rented the shore house, and we met up with her and we spent the night. I love her to death. She's like a sister to me. But I haven't seen her in a while. She's busy, I'm busy. She works a lot. She works a lot of overtime. She has grandkids that she, you know, babysits a lot and watches. And so we're actually talking about renting a house over the summer next year with our other friends. So anyway, we, what was I saying? Oh, so she like texts me and says, you know, I'm house sitting my son's house, and he has a pool. Do you want to come and swim? And, you know, you can bring your dog, and she can play with his dogs. Well, I had met his one dog. It's an older dog, and apparently he got another dog. And she's still a puppy, and she's a little thing. And she's like the tiniest bit smaller than Moogie. But Moogie's younger. And so, but the thing is, this dog is deaf. And apparently when they got her, they didn't know that. They rescued her. She's a purebred of some kind of shepherd, like some kind of Australian shepherd, but one of those kind of breeds. And you know, she lives with a dog, but she bit Moogie twice. Oh, I was so angry. After the first time, Bob really didn't want her around Moogie. But the second time, the first time they were standing next to each other and there was a treat on the floor. Like, it kind of was like, we know where it came from. The second time, though, was completely unprovoked and just bizarre. Like my friend's dog was underneath of a chair, like in the shade. And Moogie was like 6 feet from her, walking across.
Guys, yeah, you work more than I am.
All right. I forget what I was talking about. Oh, so yeah, Moogie was 6 feet away. This dog darts out so fast and just starts attacking her, like literally biting her. I see her like try to take a chunk out of her leg. I jumped up screaming. Oh my God, I freaked out on that dog. Freaked out. And, you know, poor Moogie was like crying, you know, and I snatched her up in because I had a full towel around me, snatched her up in my towel, you know, checked her out. She nothing happened to her, but she got scared, you know. And then I had her sitting on my lap. I said, why is your dog acting like it's got rabies? I was so angry. So yeah, the dog had to go inside. And then when we went in to eat, she put her in the crate, because Bob's like, I'm not going in there with her if she's not in a crate. Like, so, I mean, I feel bad. I know she can't hear, but she like, okay. It was me and Bob and Moogie and my friend, and we were waiting for her boyfriend. Her boyfriend and his daughter were coming much later, and Bob's daughter and her boyfriend were coming later too. So it was just the three of us. And then she says, oh, my son's neighbor's coming over to take the dog to play with their dog. So we thought she was going to go on a play date. Well, it turns out he came to bring his dog and take the kids swimming. So there was like a misunderstanding. He's like, do you mind if the kids go in the pool? And he's like, I didn't realize you had company. And she's like, no, I don't care. So now we had 4 dogs. Moogie, the old dog, and he really didn't want anything to do with anybody. He was doing his own thing, just like sitting in the sun. And the rabies dog and the neighbor's dog. Well, the neighbor's dog was very nice. And the neighbor's dog and the rabies dog, I'm going to call it the rabies dog because that thing was like unhinged. They were friends and knew each other. So they started playing nice right away. But I'm telling you, even after they played, when that other dog was tired of playing, it started growling at that dog too. And my friend was like, why are you growling? I said, I thought that was her best friend. Like, what? She was like, get away from me. It was weird. That thing, she's like, she's having a meltdown. I don't know. And then not too long after that, she attacked Moogie. But yeah, I don't think they'll be having any more play dates. That dog's unreliable. Something not right. I don't know. So it didn't attack the other dog though, but it didn't sound like it was opposed to it. It's the impression I got. So anyway, I said to Moogie, when she was crying, I whispered in her ear, I said, we'll come back when you're 6 months old and see her try that again. Oh my God. I'm like, yes, I am petty. But anyway, but I'm not the only one. Bob said, he said to her, I told him, I said that. He's like, that's funny. I whispered to her, now you remember this when we come back. So we're the worst kind of parents. Oh my God. Anyway, but we got her, okay, so the life vest still fit. So we put that on her, and I got in the pool and I was like swimming, and I'm like in the middle of the pool and I'm calling her name, and she's looking like, what are you doing all the way out there? So she comes all the way to the edge of the pool to investigate, like, where are you, mommy? What is this? And so I swim up to the edge of the pool, and she didn't run away. She wasn't scared. And so I take some water and I pour it on her paws, and I made her paws wet, and I'm like rubbing her legs, you know, and she didn't mind. She let me do it. And so then I took more water and I poured it on her head, and I like wet her head because it was very hot out, guys. It was like 90 degrees. And she let me do that, and she didn't mind. So I took more water and I poured it on her back and on her tail, and you know, she was loving it. And so she was completely wet, you know, and she just stood there and let me wet her, and she was giving me kisses. And so then we got her on the first step. And you know, the first step, I don't have a picture of her on the first step, but I'll be inserting pictures here of her in the pool. You'll see. When you see the pictures, I'll explain. But the step, you know, that was like this deep. And she sat down, so she was sitting in the pool on the step, and she didn't mind the water. And then, but she wouldn't come in, you know. Then we were trying to get her to come in more. She wouldn't come in more. So then my friend pulled over this thick foam pool float, and that's what you see in the picture. And we got her to walk onto it, and she sat down, and then she even laid down, and I was spinning her around in the pool. Yeah, and she was fine on that. Bob's like, I don't think she understands that she was actually in the pool. But yeah, so here's some pictures of me with her, Bob with her, the two of us with her. So yeah, yeah, it was very, very good. So, you know, it's a step closer to getting her swimming. We were very happy because the first time she saw the pool, she wouldn't go near it. She wouldn't go near it. When we took her to my aunt's pool, she like was afraid. She wouldn't go on the step. She wouldn't go near it. So this time, I think seeing all of us in there, she was more intrigued. So hopefully next time we'll get her actually in there and start her like paddling. As soon as you get her near the water, she actually starts paddling all four legs. It's crazy. It's weird. Like Bob tried to pick her up and like was gonna put her in, and all four legs started going. Which is funny because if you pick her up and she's not near water, she doesn't do that, right? She just lets you pick her up and she just sits there. So it must be instinctual. She knows, like, you've got to move all the legs when you're near the water. I don't know. It's very bizarre. But maybe next time I can try to get a video of that. I don't know, like, because, you know, we're all wet and it was hard to get, you know, a lot of camera footage near the water. But it was a good day. It was really nice. It was good to see my friends, and you know, I really missed her, and I'm glad she got to meet Moogie when she was little. She'll remember her. So we're gonna try to get together more often. And she's one of the nurses that I worked with at my first hospital. She's still there. So yeah, it was a good day. And she made all this Korean food. It was awesome. So the guys just came and took the wood. I forgot, they love to build fires. Oh, and Bob said that, they said that the cost is gonna be $700, which is not bad, because we were predicting if we had to hire like a tree company, that they were gonna charge us $1,000 to remove the stump. So he's very happy with that price. So we're getting a lot of work done. We're not going away this year. We're having the house painted next week. We had that tree taken down. We got a great quote on windows. So we're gonna have all the rest of the windows replaced. And we just got an awesome quote on concrete. So we're having a concrete patio placed in the back, because we have nowhere to sit back there, nowhere to put our grill. And they're gonna pour a slab on the side of the house, because that's where we put our trash cans. And our grass is getting worn down in a path to the trash cans because we walk on it. Gee, actually, that doesn't look like it. No, there is no 9. 964. 964. 964. Oh, I didn't need to make 3 of them. I only needed to make 2. So we got like a couple years ago, our quote for the same amount of concrete, $6,000. We had a guy come out. One guy said $7,200. One guy said $5,200, and then one guy said $3,500. So yeah, guess who we're going with? And the windows, the guy who did the craft room, he said he could do our windows for basically, it was 7 windows, $14,000, $2,000 a window. Bob's friend who does construction said he could do our windows $500 a piece. I was like, sold. So that's what we're gonna do, because we took out that home improvement, basically like a home improvement loan, and we've been kind of sitting on the money because we got a couple things done, and then we've been waiting to get the house painted and other things, and so now we're just finally getting quotes and stuff, and yeah, we're gonna get all of that done this year. And then I still need to have my ceiling fixed, because the guy who did the craft room, he never answered us once we got the roof about coming back and fixing that. So we're just gonna have to hire someone to change, oh, it's in here, to replace a piece of the sheetrock on the roof and paint it, because it's all moldy from the water damage. And then what else? I think that's it. Then our house, for the most part, is like, except for the bathrooms, updated. And we're, you know, eventually when we pay off this loan, we'll go ahead and update the bathrooms. The bathrooms are totally functional, so we're not too worried about doing that right away. They're just, you know, kind of 70s looking, which is fine. It's coming back in style. No worries. But yeah, then we're pretty much done. The windows we want to get done because they're very hard to open. All the old ones are very hard to open. And it's cool because this guy who power washed the house, he opened up the screens this much and he cleaned out the windowsills for me. So I appreciate you. So I don't have to do that this year. All right, how many more? We got a lot more colors. We're only on 34. I think that it's not terrible static, but we still need to, for the most part, use these thingies. So we got a thing in the mail. Bob right now is going to get his, I just want to say, Bob right now is he just left to go get his, like, scarring from his cataract. He can't see, barely see, it's like all clouded over. If you've never had your cataract done, he has. They say a lot of times you'll develop a scar and it'll be like a cloudiness over the lens, and they just got to go in and scrape it off. It's like real quick, and apparently you don't need, like, he double checked, like, because I was like, do you need me to drive you? So they said, no, you don't need anyone. It's like 2 seconds. The doctor said it takes longer to dilate the eye than it does to actually do the procedure. So he said, you'll be fine. You can drive home yourself. So he just left to go do that. But we got in the mail from the Social Security a letter that says 36. That's a good thing I looked. That, you know, it predicts his retirement, his Social Security. So, you know, the earliest you can start claiming Social Security is 62, apparently. He's turning 60 in August. And then, you know, you only get X, and it's a table. It breaks down, like, how much money you're going to get a month if you start taking it at this age, at this age, at this age, and the earliest is 62, and then I think the latest is like 70, you know, and if you wait till 70, it's just, I guess it's a significant amount, like it's probably almost double or something. I don't know, we were talking and we're thinking he might retire at 62. Because he got a nurse with a purse. That's what I tell him. You got a nurse with a purse. I got to work till I'm 70. Unless some sugar daddy out there wants to take care of me. I'm just kidding. You know, I have the insurance, I have the benefits. I have a 401k. I have a couple of them. And I'm 11 to 12 years younger than him. So he might retire at 62, because I don't know. Does anybody know a lot about this? Has anybody retired early? And because here's the thing, like I was saying to him, I'm trying to figure it out, and honestly, we should go to a financial guy, because you can still like earn up to $20-some thousand a year and still claim your Social Security at 62. So I'm trying to figure out, like I said to him, yeah, you're going to be making $1,000-some more a month if you wait till you're 65. I said, but let's just say if he starts claiming, if he starts taking his benefit, his Social Security benefit at 62, let's just say it's $2,500 a month. I'm just throwing numbers out there. I don't know what it is, I can't remember, but let's just say it's $2,500 a month, okay? But if he waits till he's, you know, 67, it's gonna be $3,700. So then you subtract that times 5 years, right? So 2,500, 37 minus 25 is $1,200 times 5 years, right? That's how much money he lost. But if you times 2,500 times 5 years, that's how much money he gained, right? Because remember, you're not getting anything for 5 years. Plus, he can also work and make an extra 20 grand part-time. So, I mean, and then once you hit 67, you can work as much as you want. But still, you could supplement that. So I don't know. I'm like, you know, maybe it's worth getting it early because you get an extra 5 years of claiming this benefit. You know, you have to live X amount of years past that for it to not be worth it. I just don't know how to figure out how many years you have to live past that. Does that make sense? Has anybody ever talked to their financial guy about this? And did they tell you? You know, I just said to Bob, maybe you want to retire early because, not because I don't think, you know, he's going to live past 70. No, because, you know, he's been through so much with the pancreatic cancer and stuff that, you know, he still has pain issues, you know, that he could just, you know, work part-time and, you know, not have to work so hard, you know. I don't know. He's been through so much, you know. So, I don't know. I'm just curious. Has anybody looked into that 3816? I'm sure if you talk to a financial guy, they'll be like, absolutely not. Do not take it early, blah, 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 blah. You know, like, but I'm just curious. Like, could you potentially make out in the end by taking it early because you got all these extra years of actually getting some kind of money? You know? Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense. But I would have to be an actuary to actually figure out all the numbers. Like, I'm not that good. I'm only half Korean. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys. I actually got to go check on the dog. I'm going to probably have to wake her up because it's got to be lunchtime for her now. So I'm going to go feed her, walk her, wear her out a little bit, and then we'll come back and finish this. I don't have that much to go. I have 1, 2, 3. Well, I have 10 more bags because I will kit up the ABs, of course. And then I'll pack these. These are going to go in here in the mesh. Yeah, and I'm gonna write down all the ones that I actually ordered, and I have to like do some highlighting, I guess. All right, guys, I'll be back. Okay, we're hours later, and honestly, I need to go to the gym. I wasn't sure if I was gonna go, but after sitting around all day with the dog, we played outside, but it is so hot. She didn't even want to be outside. I got a splash pad, and she didn't even want to go in that. Like, she was a little afraid of it. And Bob had that eye thing. He's home. He said it's still like cloudy or blurry, and they said it's because of the stuff they put in there, but it should be fine tomorrow. He should be able to see better. So when Bob got home, he went out there with her, and he got her to go in it a little bit, so I went out there. But yeah, it was just so hot. I mean, it was... I'm like, dog, I don't even want to be out here. I think I'm pushing it, but it should be able to fit all of this. So, yeah, so we were inside a lot, and, you know, I was playing fetch with her and stuff, but I'm not a sit around, do nothing kind of person. Like, I know some people probably think sitting around and diamond painting is a do nothing thing, but it's not to me. Like, to me, it's still being productive, and, you know, I really enjoy it. So, but I can't do that when I'm watching her, you know. So I need to go expel some energy. I need to go pick things up and put them down. I need to go to the gym. I pick things up and put them down. It just makes me feel better. And then because I was like bored, I'm watching Island Life. I'm just like eating because I'm just bored. And I just need to get out of this house, honestly. Need to go move, do some movement. And of course I get ready to go. Like, I'm all dressed. I do my workout, drink, and put my hair up. I'm like ready to go. And I realize my phone is like 10%, so I have to plug it in. So I'm like, you know what? I always have it plugged in while I'm recording. Let me go ahead and finish this. By the time I'm done, these 10 colors or whatever, it should be good to go. So that's what we're gonna do. I don't know why I'm rushing, because I still need my phone to charge. But yeah, I just get antsy. I don't know. I'm not a, I like to stay home, but I like to do things like, I try to clean with her, but I don't know. I kind of got into like this depressed mood where I just was like laying there. I don't know. And then I was like, I'm not doing anything today. I have to work tomorrow and the next day. And then I convinced myself that I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to clean. I didn't want to work out. I didn't want to do anything, just because I was feeling, I guess I was just feeling like down because I was just laying around and eating. So then I convinced myself that I wasn't going to do anything today because it's my last day off. And like, screw it. I'm just going to just be a vegetable. That's what I was saying to myself. And then as I'm sitting there, then Bob comes home and we start watching. We're watching this show called Outer... Oh, what is it? It's on Amazon. And it's got the guy from the Goonies, the older brother that rode the little girl's bike, Brandon. I don't know his name. I just know where he's from. And I didn't even know that. I was like, he looks kind of familiar. And Bob's like, you know him. And he told me. And I'm like, oh yeah, I do. But I don't know his name. So I'm not going to try to even say it. But he's older. He aged really well. He's a very good looking older man. What is it called? It's about a hole. It's like a sci-fi thing, but it's cowboys. I don't know. I'll put it up here if Bob knows the name of it. Hold on, let me ask Bob. Bob, what's the name of the show we're watching? Outer Range. Thank you. Oh my God, I just saw Moogie is sleeping outside my door. Outer Range. I can't see her because of the reflection in here. I couldn't see her until I opened the door. See, that's why I can't be in here when I'm watching her, because I can't see her, and she can't be in here because she's a puppy and she wants to eat everything, you know. And I can't puppy proof this room. There's just too much, too many wires, too much going on. I wouldn't even know how to do that. Like, it's not like I can section off part of the room. So she just can't be in here. So I can't be in here when I'm watching her. So anyway, Outer Range. Yeah, we don't quite know where it's going at all, but it's been good so far. It's kept us intrigued. So we watched 2 episodes of that, and then he was about to play a third, and I was like, I need to go to the gym. I need to do something. And he's like, go. We can watch this later. So then I get ready, and then I realize my phone's dead. So I'm like, all right, let me just finish this video. But yeah, that's where I'm at. And I still have to, I just haven't diamond painted hardly at all this week. And I think it's getting me down. And I just don't have enough time in general, I think, to do all my loves. But I want to go to the store and get 2 large baked cookies and Halo Top vanilla ice cream, and make chipwiches. I have sugar-free Hershey, chocolate chips. Make chipwiches. So I'm gonna hit the market on the way home. And I don't know what I'm gonna do for dinner. Probably cereal. I have a protein shake in there. I can do cereal with a protein shake. All right, 47. We're doing the ABs real quick. I only have 4 more bags. And I have 4 more, so I have that whole back row that I'm not even gonna use. And I think I wrote down my order. I had to go back and, okay, so I didn't, when I plotted my special drills, I didn't write them all down because I kept forgetting, and I put them all in the shopping cart, but I didn't buy it that night. I turned off the camera and I was like, I'll buy it tomorrow, and I went to bed. And when I woke up in the morning, I went to my shopping cart. It was empty, guys. I literally had to watch my video and write them all down. I mean, and put them in the shopping cart as I did in the video. So then I wrote them down. So I will read them to you, and I'll go ahead and highlight the bottles. But we actually have to put these in order too. You know how I like to put mine in order. Oh, we are gonna go one jar over. So 1 through 8 is already 1 through 8. And I'll just go through the ABCs and then shapes. This is so pretty, this like mint green 775 AB. Okay. One more, 5,200. I gotta put that in the green jar. You're done all of that. 5,200. Let me put this in the mint green jar. Okay. So with my special drills, I don't kit those up. I leave those in the bags. So I have 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I have A. I doubt there's a B because there's an 8. Is there a lowercase a? No, A, B. There's no C that I see. A, B, C. Is there a D? I'm just gonna take out the letters M, J, J. Oh, here's D. A, B, C, D. E, lowercase e. Is there an uppercase E? No, E, F, F. And then, oh, wait a minute though. I'll use the @ sign as lowercase a, so I can move these over. Put that back. So the @ sign would be lowercase a. So a, uppercase A, at, D, D, lowercase e, F, F, G. There's 3 G's. B, C, D, E, F, G, G, G. H, I saw H. H. I did not see an I. There's a J. K. No L, but there's an M. N, lowercase n. And surprisingly, there's no O. There's no P. The only other letter I see is this Y. So I'll put it there. And then I'll do dots. So here's a dot, here's a dot, here's a dot. Dots, dots. I can't even say the music note is a dot. And then up here we'll do circles. Well, we can say that's a dot. Circle, circle, circle. Circle, circle, circle. It's almost like a square too. Okay, and then we have lines, line, 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 line. I could have done this as an S. And then O-P-Q-R-S. The dollar sign as an S. That's fine. All right, so that's all settled. And then let me get my book. So I'm pretty sure I wrote it down in here somewhere. Okay, yeah. So I have 948 for 948 AB. So 948. 948 is this one. So let me highlight that. So I know that there's a special drill. And then 452 for 452 crystal AB. 452 is number 8. So we'll highlight that. 746 for 746 crystal AB. So 746. There is no 746. I'll have to look that up. 842 for 842 crystal. I think that was the smiley face. I'll look that up. 842 for 842 crystal. That's the and sign. 946 for 946. That's G. That's a lot of them. That was 3 bags, 3 bottles. 959 for 959, Crystal AB. 959 is Y. Okay, so this is for 3813 K, I'm using 927 Pixie Dust. 3813 K. Maybe I should write that down on here. I'm using 927. And I'll put it right underneath. Okay. And then 3778 for 3778, which is the $sign. Okay. So the 746, I have to look up. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's for 3823, the smiley face, but it's only for the dress. So let me highlight that a different color. Because I don't want to replace all of them. I just want to replace the dress. Dress only. And this is actually for 3823. I'm actually going to put this paper in here so that it goes with me. Yeah, so in here I have the ABs that I already have. DP with Sparklers will bring my order to the event, so I'll have them because I'm doing this at the event, so I'll need them there. And that's it. That's if we're all kitted up. Now I can put this in my suitcase. I'm gonna roll it up. I actually have a craftable tube, but I'm not gonna put that in there. It's just too bulky. I'm gonna use my box that it came in and put it back in its dust cover. I have to pick out washi and what's the washi that came with it? It's not in here. Oh, I think it was like 4th of July, so we're not using that. Let me see. I'm going to use this flower washi. I think it's so pretty. Yeah, use this flower washi. I'm using this pen. I have to pull out tips, so make sure I get tips. I want to make sure I put my essential tray in here. And actually put my tweezers that came with it in here. I'm packing this for the event, and I'm going to take Plumeria and my Mickey tray. This is Joy's Putty in Plumeria. I think that that's perfect. Yeah, and then we're all packed. I think that this is ready to go. All right, I'll just have to roll this up, put it back in its dust cover and its box. And then I just have to pack like my light pad and stuff like that. And I think I'm ready to go as far as diamond painting is concerned. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up on the way out. And if you want to see more from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family and friends here at Kimbaskrafts. I would love to have you. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Take care. Keep diamond painting.